All right, welcome back to another episode of Qualified Conversations, where we have intimate conversations with people who are, in fact, qualified. So, today is lit. Today, extremely special guest. Extremely. That's the three.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because this individual, I've known most damn near all of my life.
I want to say my whole life.
And yes, his whole life. Family, brother, someone who he may not know it, but often daily inspires me, and we're here to introduce him to y'all and give y'all a little bit of what I already know. So we have today now, I don't even know, I'm gonna call him Mr. Giovanni, right? AKA Quan.
Yeah, Quan. Quan for sure.
Quan.
People call me Quan, Q.
Like,
as long as you don't call me my government unless you know me.
Yeah, word. Yeah, we wasn't doing that.
Yeah,
no. We wasn't doing that. What's up, man?
Shit. Ain't shit, bro.
Hey, listen, bro. It's good to see you, bro.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you. We don't see each other at all, really, anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I moved away.
What, 3 years?
No, 2016.
God damn.
So this is 23. So that's what, 7 years? My math is off.
Time. My bad, bro. Time flies, bro.
I mean, no need to apologize. I'm just saying it's always good to see you because I've been so proud to just see how you've grown over the years, bro. Like, honestly. And I just want to kind of jump into it, right? I kind of want to give the people a little bit of your story, help them understand a little bit about who you are, how you came to become this person that I'm saying that I'm so proud to now know this version of. So let's go all the way back, right? Early days, early beginnings, family, right? Family, growing up, Paterson, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can answer this question, but I do want to get your perspective on childhood, growing up, Paterson, New Jersey, and how you felt as a child and how you looked at things around you.
In Paterson, I mean, you know, you from here. Like, it's a tough place to grow up, obviously, but I never really seen it that way. Probably until I started like going to school and stuff like that. Like, I'm a different type of kid, so like I'm what people would consider like a good kid. So yeah, it was hard for me, I would say, but I didn't have to spend like a lot of time out here. Like, I got to experience a lot of different places growing up. So like, you know, I got the best of both worlds. What they say, street smart. You know what I mean? I'm street smart and book smart. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was different. Like, you know, like I grew up in like the Fourth Ward, so like I grew up in like a really, really bad neighborhood.
Right.
But it's a lot of family out there. You know what I mean? Like, especially my family. My family's huge.
Mm-hmm.
So,
deep.
Yeah. My family's huge. So like
Right.
I always like, you know, felt safe, like in a sense, but like I was afraid, like, you know, like for what I might become or what I could become. Not because I was that type of person, you know, because I didn't know if you had a choice at one point. But you know, once I realized I could be my own person and like I was like into that, like anybody, I mean, you know me, so
right.
Anybody that knows me know like I always been like myself, like so
yeah.
It's been chill, like
temperament. So you speaking about like your temperament and how you've always kind of had your own thing, right? And I speak to people often, and I always salute those authentic characteristics that you've had a thing about yourself that was your thing, and you stuck to that, and you stick to that on a day-to-day basis because that's who makes you who you are, right? So obviously everybody's searching and trying to find and navigate on their own at different paces and speeds, but you know, just learning what you're into, learning how to love it and be into it and not really, you know, care about what other people think. Like, I think that I always, you know, kind of salute that. So speaking to your temperament about being chill, I know you to be chill. I know you to be calm. I know you to be, you know, cool-headed, never really losing your cool, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously certain things make you tick, but Do you find any? Because I know we had this conversation, off air a little bit earlier, and we were just talking about numbers, right? And like your favorite number being 12,
Yeah.
right? You're born in July. Do you pay any attention to like characteristics of zodiac signs or like that thing? Like, do you attribute any of that to you and how you are?
Yeah. I first of all, like with everything, it's always a caveat. I take what I want. Like I feel like I have a right to take whatever information from whatever I want. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like really believe in absolutes. Like I'm getting information from somebody else, so like I can take it however I want it. Like,
Right.
if it helps me.
Right.
You know what I mean? In a selfish way, like a healthy selfish way. Like if I feel like the zodiac, like, them, like if I feel like I fit into whatever they call a cancer or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, but I like admire what they're talking about, or I like, like I actually, like I'm grateful for like those characteristics I have, soft or whatever, you know what I mean? Like nurturing, stuff like that. Like, yeah, like that's me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And I only ask, right, because how you answer it speaks to a more developed understanding and way of thinking, right? Because I understand, your background. We all grew up in the church, heavy, right?
four
And
times a week, yo.
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
super heavy.
3-4 times a week. Not a lot.
Faithfully, like not
Yeah.
even a choice. Like this is what it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we enjoyed it and all of those
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
But our families, right? Our families also obviously the pillars in setting the standard and setting the tone for how church was going to be incorporated in our lives and how they made it a concerted effort to instill those things and those values, right?
Yeah.
Now, not to get preachy or super religious with it, but knowing you and understanding what that dynamic is, our grandparents, so on and so forth, speak to me about how conflicting it might have been in those moments when you received some newer information that you weren't really maybe exposed to earlier on in your life, when maybe you didn't have as much of a choice, or maybe you didn't explore those other choice options. Like, speak to like how that was like kind of like a twisted mind thing, if I'm making sense. In other words, when you reached a certain point where you knew like, okay, I grew up this way and I was taught this thing or these things, but now I'm learning, I don't know if I agree with that so much. Like, how did you deal with that? That's what I'm asking.
That happened early, like probably like 7 years old.
Speak to that.
Like, Sunday school. I don't know. I just used to trust church. Like I used to trust the people at church. Like, I never knew what they was going home doing type. You know what I mean? Like, can I say names? Should I say names? Probably not.
Probably
I ain't gonna say no names.
Right.
But you'll know who this person is.
Okay.
And like, I used to have like real bad dreams, like growing up, or whatever. Like, for whatever reasons. Like, I'm not really gonna get into like incriminating stuff, but like for whatever reason, I had really bad dreams. And I brought them to church, like the Sunday school, to tell like, my Sunday school teacher or whatever. And without a question, it's like, oh, you're like, you must be doing something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she don't understand that like all I was looking for was like help and understanding. And like, cause that's what I taught, like that's what I was taught that I was gonna get if I did that. You know what I mean? Like if I come to church, or if I come to God and I confess, like, like the things I've gone through, or like, like maybe I do have transgressions as a 7-year-old because I don't understand what's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm bringing it to an adult at my church who I look up to, and they didn't know how to receive what I was,
what
like,
you were saying.
Yeah, so like
stay in a kid's place, sort of thing.
You know what I mean? And like I found out at an early age, like we were the best fellowship, like for each other, like kids, like you got to stay within your age group, because like I don't try to like listen to the older generation so much to the point where like I carry on like what they brought. Like I don't want to like carry on like the traumas that they had and that shapes their brain. Like I want to be able to form my own thoughts.
Right.
Like so growing up as a strong like non-denominational Christian, like going to church 3-4 times a week, loving it, like enjoying it. The only time I didn't want to go to church was on Sunday. You know what I mean? But when I got there, it was
all good. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like it wasn't. But I just learned I had to take fellowship with the like-minded like kids that like I noticed that like we're all from the hood. We all have to go through the same stuff. And then like I go into church and I'm not even realizing like that all these people are from the hood. They're all going through the same
Right.
thing. Like I had to like put that in a certain place in my mind to like really like just like all right, you know, like compartmentalize. And I know this it sounds crazy as a 7-year-old, but like I was really advanced, like you know, like emotionally as a kid. So I really feel like I saw that like all right, I have to like search spirituality like somewhere else, like or within, you know, as
Within.
opposed to coming to church to try to find a
Find it.
spiritual bond.
Okay.
Like that's not where you know like where it's
That's
gonna
not where
come
you
from.
found your peace.
Yeah, you know, like I had to like find it like you know within myself, within my like fellowship, which I consider my peers, and because we're gonna be thinking similar things,
Right.
you know. So yeah, I don't even know if that really answered the question. It's just like you know, I guess that like as I got older, I always thought about like the year I found like spirituality. It's very in vogue now, but I really feel like that I found that like
At 7 years old.
yeah, that year.
So, I mean, very advanced then, indeed. You know what I mean? Because to develop it at whatever version you were able to develop it at that age or just figure things out for yourself, you know, I mean, it kind of speaks to the type of mind that you have, right? And whether it be whatever reasons, right? Things that you're into, speak to me about art. I know you as an artist, right? I know you as growing up, always drawing, having your book, your sketches used to be super dope. And you and your brother, right? Because your brother and I, we're the same age. So us growing up together and just being around each other, like, and just seeing all of his, I mean, he's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Especially like
way better than me, just for the record.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how good I know I am, that nigga got talent.
Yeah, he's amazing. Like amazing. You know what I'm saying? I would never ever take that away from him, right? And so was your love for art inspired by Big Bro, or did you now at this young age already kind of say, you know, kind of look at things and just gravitate on your own to art?
Nah. As growing up, in hindsight, yes, like I was born an artist. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
We're all born.
We all are, right?
All born artists. The world was created. God was an artist. Let me just put that out there. Or asteroids, whatever you believe in, that's art. Like
that's
you know what I'm saying. So it has to be created. Growing up, my mom and my older brother, they're like super talented. My brother is like super advanced, like super smart, super talented at drawing, and I just wanted to be that good. I don't know, like I felt like for a long time I struggled with art, like struggling with liking like my best friend to tell you because he's good at everything. Like and he didn't draw or don't draw, but he can be as good as me if he tried because we were on the same level at one point. Like so I see things like that. Looking at my brother, I looked up to him, but it was like it was hard to follow. So like that's another thing like I had to find within myself. It got nurtured though by my family. Like your family needs to nurture your gifts, like the ones that are very easy to see. Like they have to like acknowledge that and nurture that.
I agree.
You know, I drew on the walls like
it got in trouble.
No,
because they encouraged it.
Instead of them like doing whatever, like maybe I had to wash the walls or they moved a couch in front of where I was drawing. You know what I mean? Like, and
that's beautiful though. Yeah, but it speaks to family again because when we use the word friend and family and brother and bro and all of that, especially today when everybody says yo bro, yo what up bro, such and such bro, like that shit is just it's used so loosely, right? But I mean, we're talking about like real actually family. Like like your grandmother to me is my second grandmother, or my third grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Like that is my grandmother. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it speaks to the character of the family and foundation that we come from.
Yeah, facts.
You understand? I agree. I don't have children, right? I don't have kids. We don't have kids, but all of my friends basically have kids, right? So I can only speak from my perspective of not having kids, but I would think that what you just said, if you can see something and it's clear, nurture it. Don't project what you might want because of whatever reason. Like, nurture that, because now we have a developed artist. And speaking in terms of how your art developed over the years, you say you weren't the greatest drawing, on pen to pad.
Yeah, I wasn't the greatest. I'm still. That's just not my skill set. My skill
Gotcha.
set is not mind to creation. Like, I have a good creative mind, but it's not like to creation. I can delegate if I have mind to creation, because sometimes my mind is like bigger than my skill set. But that don't mean that I can't get my pieces out there by like delegating or helping somebody else create that I feel like is there. What's that? I get a shirt.
All right, so
yeah.
right on cue.
Luminary aura. Yo, I want to stop too and just appreciate all the people that support me. Like, you know what I mean, that has been supporting me as an artist. I do this like only, like, you know what I mean. This is my job. This is my career. This is my life. I have a hard time working. I have a hard time working, and it's just put it that simple. I'm an artist, like, and that's all I want to do. I'm good at a lot of shit, but I'm good at a lot of stuff, but like, I'm an artist, and Luminary Aura, this is a beautiful rose, bro. It's one of my favorite roses, bro. Like, and a lot of people ask me to design roses or lions and stuff like that, and it's hard to have to be able to do something like that. You know what I mean?
We can't. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Can we?
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah. And that's mine too, right? Because XL's my size.
And shout out to Woozy Vegas in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So I need
that logo is actually really clean. I'm not gonna cap, and I never seen it in purple. I know you make the flavors. I know you get the flavors. Yeah.
Hey, so listen, man. We just coming off of a break. Really quick. Shout out to Rico Key. We all gonna be, we saw the people in the room. Like I said, shouts to Woozy Vegas. Shouts to I'm gonna call him Stunt, D Stunt. Shouts to D Stunt in the building.
That's his name.
And you know what I'm saying? We going out to celebrate the homie for his B-Day. So shouts to him. They had to leave. We wanted to break real quick and come back on the scene. But getting back to the interview, we talked a little bit about what you did for this particular design. You saying how you like the rolls and all of those different things, right?
Yeah.
We know technology moves fast. It has moved fast over the course of our lives. Obviously, pen to pad never goes away, and there's different forms of art.
Yeah.
But graphic art, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speak to me about the early days of learning about it and learning to love it, and what that experience was like for you as a creative person and as an artist.
Word. Shout out to Miss Vicente or Miss Willis. That was my art teacher at high school. She changed the curriculum, like, without people knowing. And she's a real one, revolutionary. I would have never learned. My brother was in the same course, same thing that I did, but he never learned graphic design. Like, she taught us graphic design from freshman year, and I'm probably the only one that still do it. Maybe like one or two of us from my class still do it because it was still on a low. But I knew, like, from the rip, like, the first thing I did was a Knicks logo. I recreated a Knicks logo. It was terrible. Like, but like, you got to understand how much work that took, like, to try to do it the right way, because they're teaching you the right way. And for any designer out there or any artist out there, there's a technical way. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm a technical artist. Like, but don't get too caught up with that.
Yeah. Like, not to cut you off, but I kind of want to talk about that, right? Because being a creative is disruptive.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you have so many different ideas firing off at so many different times, and you just want to do a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
That rebellious energy that we turn into good, focusing on a skill set that you develop with the graphic design. I still kind of want to, I don't know, I guess, get your take on,
like, graphics versus, like, traditional art.
Yeah, I guess you can say that, because I know that there are obviously differences, and you don't have to, and you prefer rather graphic design, right? No. Okay.
Maybe it's because that's my job. but like it's more of a chore. And I don't say that in a negative way. It's just that like like that's what I have to do.
Yeah.
Like I design as a job. I don't get paid as much anymore to draw. But I 100% enjoy drawing on paper with marker or digital art, like digital painting. But I draw way better like now because like it's a skill that's been with me for 30 years, like so I draw way better now than I did before, and I'm better at drawing than my brother because it's a practice. Like
and you have to continue
do
it.
like and I don't say it in a way where like but that's something that was one of my goals to be as good as him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and so like once I achieved that, or once I achieved the comfortability to feel like, oh, I don't draw the same style, but like my art is still as good as his, or still as good as anybody else's. Like I started to enjoy like
the process.
Yeah, I love marker. Like marker is my favorite thing.
Really? So it's like it's the texture of it, or it's how it looks, or how it feels. Like what is it?
It's like a mixture. Like with marker, it's big. Like like it's like like it's almost like color dropping. Like what I mean? Like with graphic design, like it's the same concept. Like it's something that like connects it for me. And I kind of learned that like in hindsight. Like like my best work in high school was marker projects. Like I'm not a good color pencil artist. I'm decent at like charcoal, but like
charcoal.
That's like pencil, like graphite,
gotcha.
like a regular, like a black and white. But charcoal is usually like softer, like like softer graphite. Yeah, and I'm decent at like traditional art. I could have went to your school. Like I got it in the Rosa Parks. I could have went there, but I wanted to be more well-rounded, or like maybe it's just I went with my gut, and that's how I got into graphic design. I wouldn't have learned it at Rosa Parks.
Yeah,
I would have been I'm sure I would have been a great like
artist.
Traditional artist,
right.
Like no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But what graphic design did was provide me like money, or like a way to make like opportunity. Sure, you know what I mean. Like I started designing when I was 16.
Yeah.
Like
I'm getting there.
Yeah. So like, and that wasn't graphic design at first.
Right.
Like I was trying to follow my brother, but the first thing you can talk to it. I don't know if you want to segue into that, but the first thing I ever got printed, or the first thing I ever seen us really get printed, like that really took something, was a graphically designed piece. Like, and I drew that shit first. Remember? Like I drew it first, and I graphic designed it.
And you've always been proud of that. And just to let you know what we're speaking about, Rico Giovanni. Rico Giovanni is a brand that was established in 2008. Myself, Rico Key, this man sitting to the right of me, and Calvin. Now, all four of us started this brand with just that energy. That energy of, I'm a little older than you, so it was more me and your brother at that time. And in all actuality, what he did was come to me with the idea and saying, hey, look, this is what I want you, this is what I want to do. You my man, be, right there by my side, my number two, let's rock out, let's do it. And I'm like, yeah, no doubt, let's do it. And so him being exceptional at art, being one of the greatest, I've ever seen to do it in real time. I've seen the growth in the process there. Always said I wanted him to design one of my tattoos. That never ended up happening, but that energy, then his younger brother LacQuan, and a relationship that we had from work in Rico Key, and that connection brought us all together at a time where we all were kind of feeling the same way. Like we didn't know Key.
Yeah.
We didn't know Key. Key was like I said, he worked him and Calvin worked together, and we didn't know him, so him kind of coming into us three already kind of knowing each other, that was like a process. But, once it clicked, and even in those early days, we had that entrepreneurial spirit. You've already spoken about the disruptiveness of being a creative and, deciding that, well, I know this is the way to do it. Like you had to learn that, like because when you're learning, right? And there's a right way to learn how to do things. So now that rebellious energy was that entrepreneurial spirit. So we started this brand in 2008 named Rico Giovanni, and he was our graphic designer. Like he said, he didn't start out that way.
Yeah.
You start out.
I think I was like a secretary or something. Like I think I was just like, yo.
Well, we talk. I mean, if we're talking about.
No, what I'm saying, like, I was learning from y'all. Like, I'm just speaking from my perspective. Okay. Like not to fast forward. I learned a lot from you. I looked up to y'all. That's why I joined it. Yeah. Like that's why when he asked me to join it, it's because I looked up to you. I didn't know Key, but I thought Key looked like he was cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and obviously, like, you know, like Calvin's my brother, and like at that point, I still very much looked up to him. You know what I mean? And with you. Like you was the person who, like, I was growing up, I always wanted to be a drummer because of you. Like, so I got into drumming because of you. Like, so I looked up to you in ways like that. Like, you are the best drummer I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I don't, even if it's not the truth as like you being the best drummer, you're clearly a top tier drummer. You know what I mean? So it's like, I looked at that and that's what I wanted to be. I'm like, yo, man, that made me want to play drums. And once I got to be a part of y'all little like clique, it was easy.
It was a no-brainer.
Like what? I don't got to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, but
that's true.
Yeah, because I wasn't trying to design at first. I was just there, like you know, like because yo, he had some fire stuff. Like his ideas, his concept were super fire, and it didn't feel like he even needed room for another design. You know what I mean? It was like
that's true.
I was drawing my stuff on the side for fun. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, like.
But now, right, is a pivotal point in our history when we speak about the brand of Rico Giovanni, where there's a rebrand, right? So it goes from 4 members to 3 members, and it's just myself, you, and Keith.
How that's gonna work, right?
How's it gonna work?
Yeah.
Right? You know, at that time it was sink or swim. So we decided to Olympic Michael Phelps that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we went crazy. We went ham, and as it began to grow, I always cite you as, you know, I'm not gonna even say title of like greatest graphic designer, you know, I know, or anything like that. Yeah. But the type of designer that you are is original, and it's unique to your personality. It just so happens to incorporate ours as well, because we all are friends, and it happens to connect with other people because people appreciate your art.
Yeah.
But I've always marveled at your ability to have your style, right? And not to deviate too far from the entrepreneur and Rico Giovanni point, but speaking about your style, I know you to be heavy West Coast vibes inspired, a Jace, if you will.
Yeah.
Like, I want to talk a little bit about the music, because Rico Giovanni's phrase or tagline is where fashion is music to the eyes.
Yeah.
So fashion and music being the marriage that it is, your kind of inspirations musically, speaking first about West Coast vibes, what were you, or what made you so drawn to that? Like, it just spoke to your personality, like it spoke to what you wanted to hear when you was moving around day to day, or where did that come from? Because you're from Jersey.
I mean, I didn't, being from Jersey, you don't know like about all of that gang stuff over there. So like especially growing up, so like you didn't know what the gang stuff like was, like except from like movies and stuff. You know what I mean? But I thought they was. You said I'm chill.
Mm-hmm.
Mad space, mad sun, like mad calm, monotone, like simple colors. You know what I'm saying? Like I went through the phase of wearing colorful stuff, but like and it's not even a correction. I more so dress like with the skaters. Like I'm more so like a alternative like dresser. Like you know, like I dress like kind of like with the skaters, and it's just that's more heavily influenced by the West Coast. You know what I mean? Like so, like that's why like I don't really consider myself a bad dresser. You know, I just like I wear what I want, and that like it just so happens to always like that's what that embodies. You know what I mean? Just be yourself. Like out here, it's just like you know how it is. Like you got to dress a certain way. You got to you got to. We so close to New York, like to where like I always say like being like close to like how like we go up to Harlem and we go up to like Manhattan and stuff like that. Like you gotta look a certain way, you gotta be out there looking a certain way. And they bring that back home over here. So I never wanted to worry about that.
Right.
Like I felt like the style that I ended up liking was always good enough to get me, compliments or whatever. And it just showed me like I just obviously know something. Like, West Coast music, I would say Snoop. Like it's just like if y'all go back, Snoop used to be able to dress. You know what I mean? Like like if you go look back, it wasn't always like just straight up like even even with the the flat like button down like it was wearing that over here. Like it's just that like they'll be wearing Timbs or something. You know what I mean?
Wearing Vans or not Vans.
Cortez Nikes. Like they wouldn't be wearing. We wear Air Forces over here. They wear Cortezes.
Right.
You know
like,
what I mean? Like
low top skaters.
Yeah, different stuff. Like they might they might wear like just Nikes or SBs. Like and over here, like that come over here, but it's more of a fashion statement. They freer over there. With it. And I just felt like the music like. I would say Snoop, you know what I mean? Like just growing up, he was like one of the guys that I really like. But like I'm not really influenced by the music scene. Like when it comes to dressing over there. Like if you ask me who my favorite rapper dresser is, it's Nas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Nas had on I remember like Nas had on a leather, like all black leather suit with some taxi 12s on. Like gold everything else. You know what I mean? Like that's different.
Fire.
You know what I mean? Like, that's different, and I'll wear that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll wear that because, like that's like everybody not gonna do it.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? First of all, I wear only the stuff like I make or get made by me for the most part, or Nike. And it's not because it's just something I'm conditioned to do. Like, I always say I don't think I ever owned a pair of Adidas. I owned like Reeboks maybe back in the day when Iverson was lit, but outside of that, like I just I wear my stuff. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm inspired by me. Like or I'm inspired by the people that inspire me, and it's just so much. It's the world. Like I can't really put it on one side. I know that like I just over there. I just know that I'll fit in right. You know what I mean? Like with the way I dress. You know what I mean?
Cali vibes is a vibe. Like I think for me, and this is a sidebar thing, but I think for me, Cali vibes just say to me that if I would have lived there, it's so expensive that I would have like my money would have to be all the way up because there's just no way.
I know you. Wherever you, I never seen you like fail. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just keeping it honest.
I mean,
like I know you may consider things like the bottom, like, but that's the point. Like you bounce back, like so you don't stay down there, and that's why I never see you fail. Like the way you move, like. And I feel like that's like a backup plan that I can always look towards to because you can always walk me through that. You know what I mean? Like how to do what you did. Like you know what I mean? Because I'm still not even like at that point where like I'm done with it. Like I can still have time to like go out here and figure out what I gotta do. But at the end of the day, when this run, if it ever runs the course, I can always look to you and be like, yo, like how the hell you did that? You know what I mean? Because it's not easy to get up and leave. Like you know what I mean? Like it's not.
First of all, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Right.
But it's not easy, but is that true? Is the real question.
I'll never know right now. I don't know yet.
And I mean, it's obviously going to be rhetorical for you because I guess you can't answer it. But I'm saying from my perspective, I ask it rhetorically, is that true? Because, okay, circumstantially, you got to figure some things out and plan, right?
Yeah.
But then if you could actually try to plan something, and I know I'm speaking in theory, and I know like, come on, like, but I'm just saying, if you can try to plan something, you actually can make something happen, right? But I think it's fear, right?
Yeah.
I
No,
think
that's
it's.
I mean, it
think
may
it's
not
fair.
be obvious, but I definitely agree. You know, one thing I let stop me a lot of times, you know, is like the doubt, fear, you know, later on, like guilt, things like that. You know, like so, you know, when it comes to like how I move, like I would love to like, you know, I actually have the opportunity to get up and leave because I work remote.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like obviously, I'm a studio manager, and I do like on like location like shoots and you know videos and stuff. But like when it comes to graphic design, which is my main gig, I do that remote. I don't have to leave. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. You know, like I try to like you know I just know that this path that I'm on like is like not an easy one. You know, like and I know that like if I ever you know have to deviate from it, I have people that I look up to like I said like including you like the world around me inspires me. You know what I mean? Like that's why I don't take my fashion or my art inspiration from one place. You know, it comes from you know a multitude of places, and it's ever changing. Like I believe everything is art, quite literally.
Everything is art.
Like it embodies. You know what I mean? It's who I am.
And so that CEO mindset of just being your own boss, not answering to a specific schedule, but just creating your own work, and then you know you start freelancing, and then you get different opportunities, and you have different relationships, and your eyes start to be opened, and you get to see like, oh man, like this is happening, right? Like I can do this, I can make money, I can support myself, I can pay this, I can do extra things. Like everybody asks, what's the goal? What's the goal? But like, I think that's a valid question. Right?
It's always
like,
that's valid.
You know, like, what is it that we want or you want in terms of, or how do you see rather your perfect scenario of, or not even perfect, but your vision in your head of what it looks like 20 years down the line, 10 years down the line, based on your trajectory and how things are working and moving for you.
To be candid or to be perfectly honest, it is so hard, like that. I really don't have a 20-year idea of what I want to do because I'm in the. I guess because I feel like you know I could be wrong, like you know I could be taught it's the wrong way of thinking. I feel like I'm in an industry that's the fastest moving. I don't know about growing because I don't know if this is growth all the time, but like the integrity changes in art so fast, and so often. Like a book that's written 2 years ago, you know, is completely you know irrelevant. You know, in a lot of cases, we have you know artificial intelligence, which is like to the point where if the world is knowing about it, then it's already too late.
It's already too late, and a lot of times, you know, when we start to receive it in whispers, we either get so scared of it that we, you know, shun it, or we get so scared of it that we say, which is kind of the same thing, but we say like we don't acknowledge it.
Yeah, you don't
I'm saying
investigate.
the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
you look. I knew about AI, you know, when it comes to like artwork, and like a lot of artists, you know, like that are like you know into the like the YouTube community, or like you know like the YouTube education community. We knew about AI art, you know, years ago.
Yeah.
You know, we knew about deep faking. Snoop Dogg did a video probably like 7 years ago with a deep fake video with Tupac. It's that's the point I'm trying to get at to where like yo we already knew like what was coming and we already had like the industry was already preparing to change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I already had to make preparations to change the way I work, to change the way I like procured work. You know, the speed I work, the quality of my work, what like the individuality of my skill set. Because it can be recreated because you know it's nothing that I really can do about it. Yeah. Because data has been being taken, you know, the entire time that the internet has been, you know, around. You know, and it's like
we gave it to them.
Yeah, we you know we signed it right away. Yeah. I agree. Did you read?
No.
Yeah, but you about to check that box.
Guaranteed, because you can't use it.
So like, yo, man, I don't even know if this is on top of art is like beautiful, bro. Like, yeah. And I
It's always
even
on top.
even AI, even like this is rough to say, but like because I use it not for art, but I'll be hypocritical to like talk
Down.
like so much stuff on like if I like because I use it, you know what I mean, and I've been using it for a long time, and I think it's a valuable tool. And just like anything else in this corrupt world, it's gonna be used in the wrong way. It's gonna be used unjustly. Um, but it's up to, you know what I mean, like you to, if you're gonna play the game, you know what I mean, you gotta realize like that not everything is gonna be a step forward, not everything's gonna be a win. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a step back. So like I don't really look too far forward in this industry. Now I know that in life, you know, I want financial stability in like financial stability, like with like self sufficiency. So like I work for myself, I earn for myself, and because of like investors too. If you're an investor, like I don't care if you invest in something, like you have to learn, you have to basically like do your due diligence before you invest in something to like get a return on it. Like that's work. You're betting on yourself. You know what I mean? You're betting on your knowledge. You're betting on you're betting on your ability to like, you know, see it through. Those are all like, I don't know if skill set's the right word, but those are all things that's valuable. And like you have to know that like I want to earn my own and make sure that like I can change my family's like future. You know, like I have a lot of good examples, like your family, like other families that I grew up around, and I see like, you know, like we can, you know, there has been a change, or there was some change in one generation somewhere that like changed everything. You know what I mean? And like hopefully I can be that. You know what I mean, for my family. I know that I can be that for myself, but like that's not the goal. You know what I mean? Like
Never the goal.
Like, you know,
why? I mean, what good is that?
yeah,
That
you
doesn't
know,
even
it
make
takes a
sense.
village, like you said. We said that off, you know, camera over something simple, but like it is that simple because sometimes you can't even figure something simple out on your own. Like you need help. And when somebody's right there, you appreciate them for helping you.
Absolutely.
You know, like and yeah, you know, I just think that like we talked about the 3-man weave, like
Yeah.
you know, going back to like the
Numbers
downsides of Rico Giovanni and how I want to talk about, bro, we didn't really know each other collectively.
Yeah.
No matter how much me and you knew each other, I was your little brother. I was like another little brother. Like I didn't. You weren't my Kyle at church. Right. You know what I mean? I had my own grade and my own friends my age at church. So like I didn't know y'all. I didn't know what y'all was doing. I didn't hang out with y'all. You didn't know how I was moving. So like coming into that, we clicked hard. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all my brothers for life. You know what I mean? Like we made money together. Like, history. Yeah, history too. History. Like, yeah, for sure. History. For sure. But I always say if you make a certain amount of money with somebody, like you gotta have some respect for that person. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? No matter how it ended either. And it ain't end for us. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like,
notice, you know, I'm sorry to cut you.
No, go ahead.
Like, you know, because this is so. Listen, man. Rico Giovanni, what the brand of Rico Giovanni means to us, like nobody other than the three of us can actually understand that. Yeah,
you gotta have your own business. You gotta have your own business and have trials, tribulations, like growth. You know what I mean? You gotta press some people. You gotta do some things. You know what I mean? You gotta get like, you know what I mean? Get out of like it's certain things where you know you grow. Like we was kids, you know, essentially. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? And then I was definitely a kid. You know what I mean? I was in high school. Like, and that's real. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, fresh early 20s.
Yeah, you know, so things, I just look back at that time and like, I know y'all not lying when y'all talk about my group because I know how I was. Like, I know. Yeah. I played the back.
Listen, first of all, the fact that I'm even talking to you on camera, like, you know, first of all, it's so nostalgic even being where I'm at. Because first of all, we coming to you live from Rico Giovanni Studios. Let's be clear. And again, we're talking almost a decade ago where we planted seeds and things have blossomed, things have grown. Like we started with, you know, one space where we did a lot of work. Yes, sir. We did a lot of work out of that room, man. A lot of work. And, you know, over time, things had to expand. And so we got another room, and then another room, and then you just watch it, grow and blossom, and all of these different subsets and different branches on that tree that we established so long ago. I can't explain how I feel because we in Jersey right now. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Lisa and Dan, man.
Facts.
Great partners.
Facts.
Like they, like I have like I'm just lucky, I have a crazy
blessed.
team. Blessed. You're right.
Blessed. Fortunate.
Right. That's for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And I truly believe that.
And I think it's important to mind our words, or at least for me, right?
No,
like
facts.
when I say certain things, and we talked about like energy kind of throughout, saying certain things, like I believe in the power of words, right?
Yeah, sure.
And just putting certain things in the atmosphere. Now, I also say, I don't know if I said that here. I'm not sure, but
you said it now.
All right. So basically, I mean, if you just say things, people are big on manifestation and affirmations now. But if you just say things with no action, there's nothing that's going to happen.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing that's going to happen. Like, so it's not just that.
And
right?
If you act blindly, you're in some trouble. So, that's where the plan come in that he spoke about earlier. If you're able to plan something, you're able to do it. But the key word is to do it.
The key word is to do it.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
The key word is to do it. You're doing it, man. You're doing it. A lot of times we have to hear that. It doesn't matter. We grew up with humble beginnings and humble upbringing, just again going back to family and understanding of mindset. Like we had the support system to kind of provide that mindset, regardless of what the circumstances externally were, right? Because we lived on different sides of the city, but the city as a whole, you had to deal with some shit. You know what I'm saying?
You're right about Fifth Ave. It's like no matter how certain areas is, 2 blocks is enough to get right where you need to. Like you're right in it. Like my block was super quiet, but like on the corner it wasn't.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, but now just damn, I lost my train of thought. But now just kind of saying or thinking about today and next steps for the brand of who LacQuan is today. You said that you wear, things that you designed or for other people or your own stuff. So obviously you're an enthusiast for fashion in your own unique way. So now we can maybe just talk right now. I mean, branding your own stuff is the brand, right? I mean, Rico Giovanni was that, and we got that first taste of it then, pause. So now you've kind of continued that mantra because that's your pocket. I mean,
I'm always gonna be Mr. Giovanni, like
for sure.
I'm glad that I was able to take that name. I'm grateful. That I was able to take that name.
Yeah.
Like
Mister.
People still call me that to this day. People think my name is Giovanni.
Yeah.
Like and then it is what it is. Like but when it comes to like LacQuan Scott, the brand, that's it. There is no, like I've realized there is nothing else without LacQuan Scott. I talked to y'all about that, and it was to the point where I had to start claiming my importance. You know what I mean? Because like
that you bringing me back.
Yeah, that was a big part of my life. Because I had to learn like not everything is disrespect. And if you love me, you love me. So like if I tell you how I'm feeling, you're gonna have to accept it because it's just the truth. Like I felt like I wasn't working for me. Like I felt like LacQuan Scott didn't have his own brand, and now my website LacQuanScott.design.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? My business LacQuan Scott Studios.
Yes, sir.
Like my clothing line is LacQuan Scott Collection.
Yes, sir.
And I drop collections, mostly friends and family stuff because you guys are my supporters. I can text people directly and I can sell clothes. For me, because I'm not out there, that's what works for me. Like I learned that about myself. I'm not saying that I can't mass produce and make big projects go, but I learned that I touch the people that I'm close to, so they'll support me. I bought all your songs, bro. I bought all of your songs, bro. Like I buy I buy what you drop because I know like it's gonna come back to me. Like I don't like everything, and I don't believe that your family does have to like everything that you make. Like, but when you make something and I support it, like I'm making an effort to like it, and I might fall in love with whatever you made. Sometimes it's like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't expect everybody to love what I make, but I expect everybody to appreciate and the people that love me to support it. You know, there's different ways to support me. It's not always money, but just do know people that, you know, just like y'all got bills, I got bills, so nothing's free.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing free out here, and I appreciate my friends that support me the right way. Yeah. Like for real. You know, like you don't have to have brokies in your life, y'all. But you don't have to be around.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that support that you speak of, that's important too, just in entrepreneurialism at large, because I feel like people always, when they know you and they're friends of you or a family member of yours, and you have a clothing line or you have a liquor brand or you own a nightclub or you got a nail shop or, you know, you do hair or whatever it is that, you know what I'm saying, people do, they always want the hookup. Yeah. Yo, let me get it for, yo, I don't need, damn, nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We done that with that for years collectively. So,
absolutely. But it's across across all genres.
Yeah. It's sad.
Everybody always wants the hookup. If you really want to support, right? Because if you are in support of us winning, then at some point in time, with continued support from enough people, we're going to get to where it is that we're trying to go. But if we keep cutting our pocket before we even can, like, let us get in position to do that. And that's not us begging for anything. We appreciate real artists, real true artists appreciate whatever, right? Yeah. And that's not to slight ourselves, but even as artists, no matter how seasoned you are, because you're so critical of yourself, some of those insecurities might kind of flare up at different points in time. So you never really quite know all the way. You know what I mean? And because of that, we need the support. You know what I'm saying? But we're not begging. So I think it's important to make a note that, hey, listen, make sure that you don't do that. Because it's more disrespectful than anything.
Yeah.
And you may not even mean it. I'm saying it for you.
Nah, yeah. This is definitely just, you know, like something to let you know. You know, as a friend, as a supporter, that's not the right way. Yeah. Whatever I have free to give away, I will. Probably gonna give you a deal anyway. Like that's just me being honest. I'm not for fake when I say that I have like real clients. Like
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's what we're here for.
Oh,
let's talk about it.
I mean, you know, I work with some decent like, and I'm an individual, I'm an individual contractor. You know, I work for myself. I close my own deals. And I would say like, besides like realistically, the most thing I'm most proud of is you know, working for like brands like Straight to the League for like, you know, a decade. Yeah. You know, like things like that. Like I don't lose clients. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. Those are the things I'm most proud of. It's like not losing clients because for one, I don't beg, and I appreciate to know that like, yo, everything is not for me. Certain people may come to me for certain things or at certain times, but they always willing to come back. It's never like I'm not working with him because I don't like his work or I don't like the way he did it. You know what I mean? It's like maybe it's a budget thing, which is cool with me. You know, like I don't worry about nobody else's pockets. Right. Like God gonna take care of my pockets. You know what I mean? Like because I don't put in the work to make sure that my pockets is good. But like it's like that's just really how I operate. Like I'm not gonna lie, that's really how I operate. I don't give away things, but like you know, I work with my friends. Like you know, like that's just how I am. You know, like I need this bread. Yeah. But working with your friends though, right? Because that's the most thing I'm most proud of, though. Like, me too. To be honest, like me too. I'll say it. Chase. I work with Chase Bank, PNC Bank, Whistle Sports, Caffeine app. I've done weddings, like lead weddings. Yeah, I don't know. Like I like sports stuff though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just fun for me. It's something that's like at home with me. You know what I mean? I've done edits for like certain YouTubers. You know, like I just. You know, like I try to stay in the lane that's gonna keep me happy because, like I I said, it's a chore sometimes. And I feel like I'm forsaking myself if I start thinking that, like, because I'm an artist. And I don't want to think that I'm, like, working, like, you know what I mean? I want this to be enjoyable. Like, I should be grateful, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm doing something I should love for a living. But sometimes it does feel like a chore. So, you know, like, I try to stay away from things that I know is going to, like, bring me down, you know, to that place of thinking like that.
Yeah, that's important. Headspace is important because, you can
not all money's good. Yeah, not all money's good money.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Can't even talk. But you heard it. All right, so now, 2023, present day. What is a day in the life of LacQuan Scott at Rico Giovanni Studios working for himself look like?
Okay, 2023, I'm blessed enough to not have to be here at all. That's one thing.
Round of applause for that. We got to cue up the round of applause for that. You know what I'm saying? But that's work. We had to get there.
Yeah.
You can't miss that. We had to get there. So
I like the fact that, you know what I mean, we had this for a long time. But you know, it's not for me. Like I've like this is for a certain like I feel like this can be always a segue, you know, like but even like, you know, a come up, like this is where you need to, this is a space you need to learn how to be in, like operate out of, to get to the next level. Like I am studio managers at other spaces, you know, like I'm able to like I can work at other spaces and do things that they trust that I've done here, like to bring their spaces up. You know what I mean? Like consulting is like really big with me. You know, like I said,
a lot of money in consulting.
Yeah, my friends, like I said, they support me. You know, like I just as easy as telling somebody can call me or text me for the smallest of information on how to buy something, where to buy it at, and I can send them an Amazon link and they'll send me money, like, or they'll send me a Starbucks card, or they'll send me, you know, like. And once I started realizing, like, I'm like, first of all, let me not even act like that made me like learn how valuable time is. I've always like charged a lot per hour.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. And it's because like I know how much work I put in. Yeah. Like I don't learn, work, go to school, do all of this stuff like just to take a long time. You know what I mean? Like, and if I have a turnaround time, it's because I have gigs. Like it's because I have a life. You know, it's not because it takes me that long to do. Yeah. Like that's just life. You know, and
as you see it.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm being transparent because, you know, I want people to know that, you know, so we can have more respect both ways, and more transparency from both sides, because, you know, working with clients, like it can be like, you know,
yo, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff?
Hey, yeah, you know, like especially like in a level, you know, that I came from. You know, like I started from the bottom. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was charging, you know,
nothing.
Yeah. $40. Yeah. You know, or whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, give me $40. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and yo, I'm not telling nobody to never charge $40. Don't listen to people. Don't listen to people for one. Don't listen to me. Like, take what you can from this. Like I said from early, like when I was talking about spiritual stuff, I take what I can, and I take responsibility for the actions that I make. I don't take advice. Like, I listen and I learn, but I don't take advice because I don't want anybody to have I don't want anybody to have any onus on what I do. You know what I mean? That's the perfectionist in me as an artist. And I, you know, like
that psychoism in us that just got to be right.
You know, artists are quirky in many different ways. Like for real. Go ahead.
You know. Yeah, that's it.
Quirkiness.
Artists are quirky in many different ways.
Yeah.
Right? Because people are, right?
Yes.
People are. Everybody has their things, right? Artists are a different type of person. Creative people, right? So you just gotta like unlock something in my brain, because that makes a lot of sense when you're misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because you still working shit out in your brain because you got so much going on in your brain along with whatever else that, you know what I'm saying? So I think that I think that was well said.
Yeah. I openly like cartoons at a later age, and basketball and sports and girls.
Mm-hmm.
I openly like all of that, and it's everybody always liked it, and I know you're more of like a jock, you know what I mean? Like you didn't like you no, you know what I mean though. Like, I just wanted to use that word, I guess. Like you're more of that type, like a sports dude, like, you know what I mean, the cool guy, like, so you don't play games a lot, you know what I mean? Like you played them in your life, but you literally legitimately outgrew it. You know what I mean? You may have outgrown cartoons, you know what I'm saying? But a person like me, like I never forsake it, like, who I was. So like I knew I wasn't gonna outgrow that stuff. Like and I like that helps your creativity. Like
staying locked in.
Yeah, you gotta whatever like intrigues you, like delve into that.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, and I'm talking about like obviously, good things. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like
for sure.
Healthy things.
For
like,
sure.
But if it intrigues you, figure it out. Like even unhealthy things, learn about it. Don't learn about everything before you do it. But like that's what I mean by diving in. Like you have to learn first. Like I don't know, like I'm really big on like just learning from everything, bro. I don't live in absolutes. I learn from like everything. I take bits and pieces from every type of media. Like I've always been a big reader, but I don't like educational books.
Right.
Like I'm into fantasy and fiction.
Right.
Like I don't want to read like educational or health and wealth books. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it bores me, quite frankly. I need some outstanding stuff inside the book. I need, like visionary.
Wow factor.
Yeah, and there's a lot of books that can accomplish both. The Alchemist is a story and it's a lesson. And it's a really good story and a lesson.
Right.
And it's a really popular and small book. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to read Harry Potter,
right,
which I love, but I don't have to read that because I know that like it's not gonna connect with everybody. You know what I mean? Like, but something like The Alchemist, anybody can learn something from that book. That's true. Like I learned about my personal legend, about keeping on and just staying on task, and that anybody I come across, they either support it or you stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like if my friends don't support my goals, I stay away from them. They can still be my friends, but like I keep you in a spot, and what's gonna happen over time, which is gonna
trickle off.
Yeah,
Tyler Perry had a good analogy when he was saying that a lot of people in your life, and I'm paraphrasing obviously, but a lot of people in your life are gonna be, with you or whatever, but then there's a tornado happening, and people that don't belong there are the people in the tornado caught up in that wind that are just dropping off. They just
falling off.
And they falling off. Like, and he brought it home a different way. Like, but yeah, you made me think of that. I want to speak about the diving in aspect of your mind and how you think, because you made a very great but drastic health shift. Mm-hmm. And you used to be a much bigger guy. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what happened. Tell the people what happened. What made you say, I want to switch things up? Because you lost a lot of weight, you look great, you work out, you play basketball, all of these different things. And it was a total lifestyle shift. Yeah. Like, granted, you always were a ball player, you always liked basketball, but no, it turned up to a whole different level. So, like, how, what, when, where, and why?
Yeah, that's a whole that's a whole bunch of stuff. But
in a concise way.
Yeah, I'm about to say I can keep it simple in the sense of like, because you brought up sports. I was good.
Right.
Like it didn't matter what size until it started mattering what size. You know what I mean? Like I didn't care how I looked because y'all didn't make my friends don't make me feel, or they make me feel a certain way about how I look. Now, in hindsight, I jokingly say like, y'all niggas was fucked up. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. Like I'll be jokingly saying that because like, bro, like, no, I was y'all look back.
Like I was wilding
because like I said, I dressed. I wear baggier clothes now than I did when I was big. You know what I mean? And I mean like not. I literally wear about the same size. You know what I mean that I used to wear. Like with my shirts and my hoodies and stuff like that. because that was my style. Like I wore skinnies before skinnies was popular. Like I wore tight clothes before it was popular out here, and it never really bothered me the way I looked or what like. But once it started feeling different, once I started going to the park, hooping with my friends, and I only played one game, and then like to the point where like I'm soft. Like we can go back to the cancel thing. Like, bro, my friends, like, like my like stunt, like he's the tough guy. Like when it comes to like us, like we balance each other out. You feel me? Like we both water signs, but like we balance each other out. He's a Scorpio, like I'm a Cancer. He's a tough guy. He taught like I brought him into like the arts and like like camaraderie and friendship. Cause he's like nah, like me and my brother, me and my sister, like family. Like I'm not messing with nobody else. Like and he was like get like he taught me how to like like just get by in a sense, but like like a healthy way. Like I was too like just always trying to be a good kid. He, like so like when he started like really making me like really think like he's like you only play one game like, and I didn't want to keep letting him down because like he would pick me first. You feel me? And they don't never lose. Like no matter how bad I am, they're not gonna lose. So it's like I needed to like stop playing basketball because I was feeling embarrassed about like how my weight and my size and everything was affecting me. I got sick in school. And this just so happened when I got sick, like, it was something very bad. Like, I'm not going to disclose what I had. Like, but it was something like, that was serious. It didn't have to be like life threatening, but it became life threatening. And, after I was able to recover, like, or even doing while I was, recovering, I just realized, I haven't been able to eat for 17 days. That was a lot of weight. That was probably like, and nothing crazy. Like I always say, soon I was 290. When I weighed myself. Let's just say that 290, 5'7". You know what I'm saying? Still athletic at 290, 5'7", but like I'm only athletic for 5'7". Yeah, and I'm only athletic for 10 minutes as opposed to however long I want to be athletic for. I can hop a fence for one. You know what I mean? Like so. I really like just was like, like let me start doing what I need to do. I lived on campus. I went to Rutgers, New Brunswick. I lived on campus. Gyms are free when you go to school. So I started going to the gym. I smoked on my way to the gym. Like I did things that I knew was like this is what I go. Have fun with it. First of all, learn how to have fun with it. I lost 150 pounds. At one point, I'm up to, basically, I like to stay around like 170, 180. But like, at one point I was down to like 150, like 140. And it's because I have fun with it. Everybody always asks me what I do. Like, yeah, I ate better. Like, you're gonna want to eat better. Yeah, you're gonna want to. Like, certain shit hurts. Yeah. You're gonna want to eat better. Like, he been laughing at me all day. I've been talking about how sauce and like stuff. I ain't trying to get heartburn. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because I know.
No, but I respect it, and I've been kind of health conscious.
Yeah, I like you started me on that partially, like because during that time I was losing weight, just not as much noticeable. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably lost about 40 pounds, and you're not gonna notice a full 40 pounds just because how big I was. Yeah. We go to the juice bar, and I've been juicing ever since, pretty much. Shout out to Styles P. Juice for life, pharmacy for life. Shout out to them. You put me on CMOS, like y'all don't understand. Like I know that somebody you look up to these people, so it's easy for you to be like, like if I can see the growth in this person, like why not follow that? Right. Like, but I that's how I came into it. Right. I mean, I was like, Bart. Like different things that we've done, like these.
I'm so mad. I was going shout out to Farmers Juices for Life.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I wanted to go today actually, and I just ran out of time. I couldn't make it, but everything that you're saying is exactly what I was going.
You put me on black seed oil, bro. Like, like you put me on all of these things, elderberry. Like, like it's funny because a lot of people don't realize, like, yes, this stuff is good for you. Yes, everybody sell it. But still learn like what you're putting in your body, how much you should use it. Don't just like because now it's popular.
Yeah.
Now that it's popular, like
Gotta be careful.
you gotta be even more careful. Like
Gotta be careful.
you know what I mean? Because it started off as people trying to like people caring about you.
Yeah.
And trying to put you onto something. And now it's a money grab, you know, for a lot of people. They may still care, but like let's not get it messed up. You know what I mean? It's a capitalistic world. And I just really like, you know, this is years ago, bro. Like this, what is this? Like almost a decade. Like it's really a long time.
Yeah.
And it's only been popular for like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
You know, like since COVID, like it's really kicked off. And I'm like, yo, like I had a head start. You know what I mean? Like coming out of college, losing all that weight. It's just everybody, man. Like everybody like played a part in that. I couldn't do it by myself. Right. Friends coming to the park with me, working out with me. Couldn't do it by myself.
Takes a village.
Yeah, 100%.
Takes a village. Full circle.
Yeah. My family eats better now.
Oh, that's beautiful.
They
round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Round of applause for that.
Yeah.
And keep the round of applause going because my mom, the same way. Like she started taking the supplements and things now, and she's, you know, making different changes and choices, and I'm just happy because it just takes a little bit of effort. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has their own journey, but I think we should just not be as scared to challenge ourselves to do something different, or not even. Well, yeah, it is a challenge, but you know, dive in, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Go for it. Go for it. Man, I just, you know, there's so much, right? And we're definitely gonna have to do we're definitely gonna have to do a part 2. But I just want to say, for the record, I'm definitely super duper proud of you. I mentioned in the beginning of this that you inspire me, and I'll tell you why. One reason why is, you know me in my entrepreneurial spirit and all of those different things, but you left, or however it happened, you don't work for anybody. You understand? Mm-hmm. You work for yourself. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't get fired.
That's it.
I've never been fired before.
You know what I'm saying?
Jobs want me back.
Come on. It's beautiful.
And I'm lazy, y'all. It's just you don't have to work hard at these jobs, bro. They want you back. Like, for real.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's so inspirational to me when anybody does it, for you in particular, because I also know the journey. I also know what it was, what it wasn't, what it is.
Yeah.
And what it is a blessing. What it is an honor to be a part of the ride and a part of the journey, and to be able to influence in a positive way. You know, like you forget things that you do or say, or, you know what I'm saying? I talk to Key or you or people all the time, and like, you know, y'all say things that happened or whatever, and I'll forget, or something that I did, or, you know what I'm saying? It's good to be reminded of those things, letting you know that you've been a good, solid person. You know what I'm saying? And being positive and just giving that information. So I just want to give that interview to you and say, I'm proud of you. You deserve everything that you have. And of course, you're going to get more. Of course, we're not done. Of course, this is still the beginning stages, because shit ain't really turned up like shit is bound to turn up. Yeah. Like, let's be clear. Like, shit is, listen, there's a shift. There's another shift happening. Yeah. It's happening right now in real time.
I agree.
Right now.
I agree.
In real time, it's a shift happening where that energy is picking up. Like, I've already told y'all and you and everybody else, like, I'm rejuvenated and inspired just being here in something that we started so long ago. Yeah. So much love, much respect to you. Continue success for you. I'm always here. You already know that.
Yeah, we talk. And, you know we
talk. Any last words for the people, or anything that you want them to know? Of course, make sure that they know where to follow you and how to stay tapped in. But any last messages or things you want to say?
Reject the expected. You know, don't follow trends. Like, remain committed. You feel me? Like, I paid the cost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe that we can all earn like our own way. Like, we don't have to, you know, I'm not saying that like nobody's supposed to be a worker, like, but you have something, like side jobs, whatever it has to be. Like, nobody has to be held down by like one gig or one job. We can do more. Yeah, man, I love you, bro. Like, love you too, man. Like, for real, bro.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely. We gotta get that on.
This
We
is
gotta get that on
yeah,
camera.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is not to be broken. You understand? This is what you see and a whole lot more. And I'm just excited, man. I'm just excited. So, did you tell them where to follow you?
Oh no, I mean, it's the name. LacQuan Scott .studios or LacQuan Scott.
You know you gotta spell it though. We'll put it up.
No, I'm gonna put it in there. Like, it's a little ghetto. Like, so you'll see why. Like, but I love my name. That's part of the uniqueness of it. Yeah. But follow me. Mr. Giovanni is up there too. But the other two pages are where you can really see my artwork and I guess see my photos, see my day-to-day studio action. Website LacQuanScott.studios. LacQuanScott.design. Same thing for YouTube. Yeah, that's it, man. Like, it's nothing much I can really say. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate you coming through, dog.
Hey,
this is definitely like you said, this is the shit because I don't do this. My hands are sweaty. Like, I ain't about to do the Eminem run. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I'm not I know how to act through anxiety. I wanted to talk on that one real quick.
Absolutely. That's important.
People that have anxiety, it's not just a fad. Like, it's not new. They just wasn't paying attention. It's certain things that you can really pay attention to figure out what you're going through on a day-to-day basis. Just really self-reflect. What makes you tick, or where your triggers are and things like that. Because that'll help you in the long run. Even if it's just understanding, because a lot of times you'll still go through episodes, but it's the understanding that helps you realize that you're not the only one that goes through things like that. I've learned at an early age to operate through it because I had no choice. Right. I'm around really powerful what I want to say I don't want to say entities, but you have an aura. You know what I mean? I said, my best friend is really manly. You know what I mean? I'm around that. You know what I mean? Around you guys. Key, I look up to Key. I look a lot. You know what I mean? In different ways. And he knows that you know that. I think he's one of the coolest people I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? So I know that I don't really have much room to not show my ass. I have to show off, or I have to be able to stay up to par with you guys. You know what I mean? And that has helped me. You know what I mean? But it's only because you guys let me be who I am, regardless. There's no failure in my actions. I can come out and y'all know I might not talk all night. I might be in the car smoking the whole night or somewhere. That's just sometimes I have to do that, and y'all let me do that. I appreciate my friends for that. For real. That's why I'm so close to my friends. You know what I mean? The ones that I really love, or I love for it. Yeah. So keep them close because they will help you through that. Just don't go through things alone if you can help it. You know what I mean? Find that people that can pick you up while you're trying to figure out how to self-reflect, because it's very important to learn that. It's definitely a good skill set to have.
Don't do it by yourself.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah, bro. That's it.
Yeah. I don't think I can say much more. Been an honor. Been a pleasure. Episode 2 in the books. Make sure that y'all tap into our YouTube page. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and share it when this footage is released. That is the Life as I See It podcast YouTube page.
Yes, sir.
This has been another joy and a pleasure. And we sign off as we always do. Until next time, anything Rico.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Dopey's Creators. Shout out to We Are Jersey. Rico Giovanni. Y'all started it off with me. So, you know what I mean? We started it all.
We did it. We did that.
I'm grateful that I was a part of that. And it helped me help a lot of different brands. So, yeah, you know what I mean? Let's keep doing it.
Yes, sir. It's a wrap.
Yes, sir.
Bow.